What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are in the off-season of our Miami Dolphins franchise. Of course, if you watched our last episode, which is actually kind of a long time ago, it was not the greatest way to end this season, unfortunately. Felt like we were cheated a little bit, but we're getting closer, right? We're one off of the Super Bowl. Maybe this is our year. It obviously starts with the off-season in this scenario. The Bills did win it all, so I suppose we lost to the Super Bowl champions, if that makes it feel any better. Best division in football, am I right? But this is at the point of before the Super Bowl. The live comm here is very live. It's very recent, but it's in parts because we do it, day to day to day. So this is where we're actually going to be looking at the dev ups, if we had any, of course. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at the dev ups, see if we got any devs. Hopefully two at an X Factor. Hopefully I don't know, maybe a defender to like a dev up there. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna get, but we're likely gonna at least get Tua, and that's really the main goal, or the only goal that matters. So let's take a look. And he did, and he gets Omaha. I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like that's OP, but I also feel like I'm still going to sell with that. You can see X Factor, Gutsy. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit of an L, but we did get a dev up for Jalen Phillips. Really, I mean, he had an okay season. What is his ability, though? Superstar dev, run committed. I mean, we do that every once in a while, but I didn't think his QB contained sacks were going to be enough, but apparently they were, I suppose. All right, I didn't show the actual free agents. I just showed who we got. As far as who was there was like Kareem Hunt. There was a couple of guys there that were all right, but, it's a user league. We all kind of keep the best players to ourselves. And, yeah, there weren't that many crazy names, but we were able to get a couple of decent ones. We also made some trades. Of course, Garrett Bradbury is without a doubt our number one here. We traded Robert Hunt off for like a high third as well. We got Dowling back. I kind of missed him, so we brought him back. Of course, this one was the biggest trade. We ended up getting Davenport. It costed us pick 30, but that is perfectly fine. Once again, Robert Hunt trade. We're now in the draft, but I'll continue to talk a little bit about what happened. So pick 2 overall is what we had. This is the guy I wanted, but could not get because I knew he was going to go number 1. So we went for Davenport. We traded pick 2, and the Texans were supposed to take wide receiver, but they took a safety, but he was in an 84 overall. That linebacker I was thinking about taking that the Raiders just didn't though. And we'll end up taking someone at 9. We gained a first round next year. Of course, that wide receiver did go to the Jaguars pretty damn fast. Really good safety. Was thinking about him as well. The Buccaneers take him. And then Brinkley. This was one of 2 corners. I was starting to worry a little bit. We're at pick 7. I'm like, this Montrell guy was the number 1 for me because he was a bit faster, but he is 4 inches shorter. So as long as he's there, I'm cool with it. Of course, we skipped over the Chiefs because we can't get 32 users because of EA's glitch. And they go with Stecker, who's actually a really good player, in fairness. And Montrell Brock, the star or better player with insane speed. You're thinking, cornerback, really? Byron, he kind of regressed. He's 30 years old. Same with Howard. I mean, we're looking to probably trade one of those guys. Montrell is a great player. I'm really happy to have him. Of course, another cornerback to the Falcons. We'll take a look at all these devs afterwards. These players may be going by a little bit fast, but, you can't really spend too much time just looking at these players. DT left out. I was debating on him as well, and now we have to play against him. Can't wait. A wide receiver. There was a lot of high projected wide receivers, but they weren't super, super athletic. DT to the Eagles. Safety to the Chargers. This was a very good safety. He was like 6'4", I believe. Definitely don't want to play against that team. A decent running back, Coffee. I believe he was normal dev, though. Once again, we'll take a look a little bit better at some of the ratings and devs, but I will say I kind of zoomed through that a little bit as well because, we're not just waiting for everyone to take a look at all the players, for 10, 20 minutes. So I kind of wanted to get in and get out so I can actually go to free agency. I ended up being late to it anyways, so it ends up being kind of a little bit of a disaster. But, of course, a really solid start to the draft for us. Once again, lucky that the Niners, once again, didn't play super well. Getting to pick 2 overall, that trade from real life. Thank you, Miami. Very good stuff. Of course, we are going to be looking to trade up, though, at some point here in the high second to grab a linebacker. This was a very strong linebacker class, and as you know, that's one of our weak points, but we couldn't go 2 overall. We almost did. Don't get me wrong, the Raiders linebacker, very solid, but I can't go that high for a middle linebacker. Got a pick for a first round next year, like I said, from the Texans. We ended up getting a hidden dev corner at 9. So far, it seems pretty good, especially if this trade ends up becoming good. There's a lot of very fast linebackers. We don't know how good their devs are, how good their ratings are, though. So we end up trading our first next year and then a high third this year, which is what we got from Robert Hunt, to the Jets, our rival. And we end up deciding between 2 linebackers. You have a green talent, but then you also have this Deion Starks guy, a bit faster of a player. A hip power, though. That potential is tough to pass on, and we do not. And we have ourselves a blazing fast, hard-hitting, 6'3" linebacker. Can you really ask for a better draft? We're about to answer that question right now by trading a 2nd next and a 4th next. But I gotta be honest. We go with an undrafted talent tight end. I could not deny a 6'9" tight end, and boy, maybe should I. As you can see here, we look back and we're like, hold up. That's a little bit of speed and excel for a 6'9" guy. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded that Lions rebuild so close to this draft because, yeah, that definitely played a factor, without a doubt. I saw hidden in that Lions rebuild, and I was like, if this guy's star dev, it's a win. Wasn't star dev. But, of course, we go back to the Buccaneers, make another trade. Nothing really major this time. And we just wanted to come out with some sort of wide receiver. Looked like he had some potential. Decently fast, decently young. Unfortunately, I can confirm the only trade he has is run after the catch. So that's a bit of an L. We'll see what happens to him. Maybe just a return specials. I don't know. But now we're going to be taking a look at the actual draft. And I'm kind of glad we went Davenport. You know, not that we had a choice on Manning, but normal dev. Good, but normal dev. Hart, very high overall, but I'm going to be honest with you, maybe a little bit overrated. You know, it's not super fast. Pierre, you know, you compare him to our guy, unless he has way better dev, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, Pierre is a great player, and I was going to go with him, but I don't mind it. I mean, you can see right here, we made the right call. Danny Guy, I wouldn't call him a bust because he is really fast, and speed is kind of all that matters at wide receiver, but when you see some of these other wide receivers that came out, you know, not the greatest pick in the world, but I can see why he took him. You know, the fastest, decent player in the class. Kind of got unlucky with the dev as well and some of the traits. But the safety looks pretty damn good, very fast. Dwayne Brinkley, a solid player, but just simply not as good as our guy, especially since he's not hidden. But he is taller, so you know he does have that going for him. Another star development trait player, Pat Stecker. This guy was a very solid player, but he was a red talent grade, so very interesting to see him work out. And then our cornerback. The only thing that sucks about him is his jumping. Can't really remember if that matters too much. I mean, we've seen Xavier Howard, you know, and Byron Jones miss plenty of plays with good jumping, and he's a superstar. My man. What an absolute beast, dude. Actually just the GOAT of drafting. I'm sorry that everyone else has to deal with us. Honestly, that's really what I worry about is, you know, the feelings of others. You know, they have to deal with our drafting talent. It's just like, how do you feel good about your draft when you have to see what we do, you know? I only throw that 6'9" tight end draft in there just to make people feel like, oh, okay, well, you know, that was pretty stupid, right? But of course, the Browns drafting wide receiver, not quite, but I mean, kind of drafted another Peoples Jones, right? But better with more potential, I suppose. So maybe not. it's same, but completely different. Timon Fitzgerald, very solid player, 6'4", superstar, another superstar dev, DB. Larry Coffey, decent, but once again, normal, kind of skip through him. Like I said, you're going to see that we're going to skip through a lot of these players kind of fast because, you know, I've seen a lot of these types of players before. It really kind of depends on dev for most of them. George Foster, you know, you compare him to our 6'9" tight end. I'd rather have the 6'9", you know, except for the trades who sucked. Of course, another superstar, I believe this wide receiver is also superstar. Looks like a really fun player, to be fair. 91 speed, 94 excel, 90 jump, I think it was. A lot of potential there. And then this lineman sold earlier with that D lineman pick, but since he's superstar, that's almost debatably one of the best picks in the first round because superstar linemen, you can't get them very often. They're hard to get, and they are OP as hell on the edge. So if he puts him at tackle, one of the best players in the draft. Simply put, that's just how it works. Of course, a couple of other stars, and then another rough pick for the Jaguars. Khalil Palmer, another guy I was thinking about going for instead, but I'm all right with our guy. Our guy did pretty well, and then this guy, Mike Thomas, I think he was projected the number 1 wide receiver in the class, and you can see why. Superstar X-Factor, and then another fast guy in Buffalo. Speed-only drafters. Shame on you. But, of course, looking at our dev, nothing special, just star dev, but a hell of a draft. A hell of a draft. And lots to be excited for with this team. We got more speed on the defense for sure. Offense, Will Fuller, of course, will have to sit the first game because of a suspension from the league. Graciously enough to not force us to, apply that in the playoffs. Of course, looking at some of his regressions. Some of those ratings, man, that's kind of harsh. I mean, he ain't that old, and he just came off of a 6th season, but got to deal with what you got to deal with. And, of course, like I said, on defense, you have Davenport down there. Sherman Tate, the beast linebacker, hoping for a good year. I'm a little worried about the injury stuff, but hopefully it'll be fine. Of course, Stevens will not be the starter. It'll be Bates. And then Ward, he'll, of course, be the number 3 for now. But I'm fielding offers for Byron Jones. He's a great player. It's just we could save some money getting rid of him. And, of course, Ward is the future at the position. Of course, you got to fix that DT spot. Obviously, I'm excited for John Franklin Myers to become the starter again. And then speaking of starters, Redwine becomes a starter over Jones. We'll see. We're going to give them both, kind of time, see what happens. And, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this team. This team definitely improved. I mean, I didn't really think there was that much room for improvement, but we sure as hell did it. I mean, we upgraded a lot of spots, and even Robert Hunt alone is a huge removal because Garrett Bradbury is 10 times better. He's way more athletic, and the O-line itself could be 10 times better for all we know. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, off-season process. It was a little bit condensed, a little fast, but that's the way we live in this world, is fast-paced. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, Pkr Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. Might be one tonight. I know I said for sure tonight, but man, that game was no. But yeah, we'll see. Check out the community tab or on Twitch. There'll be a notification, or there won't be, I guess. Anyways, the week 1 for this should be rather soon. Maybe even like Wednesday or something. Tuesday. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya!